The only possible way to get the entire building in one shot. This is just tall. This is super tall. This is huge. This is big. Comparing this thing to Ninjago City, since they're the same price point, which would be a better choice for you? So we're gonna examine the pros and cons of that there. At the front of the building here, we're gonna go up floor by floor, and then we're gonna dive in each floor and see what we got inside there. But first we're going to take a look at the accessories that come with it on the outside. We have the best Lego taxi cab to date. I mean, not a lot of passenger room in there, but I mean it does work. So it is a functional taxi cab. We got the license plate there on the front. We do not have a badge on the hood, which, I mean, New York taxi cabs have that, just a little bit of authenticity there, but yeah, pretty nice looking license plate stickers, and of course the taxi light on top of there, and yeah, pretty classic checker profile. This thing is so nice. I would easily pay $15 just for a build of this on its own. Well, maybe 10. 10 would be more appropriate, but I would pay 15. I just like taxis. So here's the first issue I have with this build. I mean, Sandman, yeah, you got a nice little build. It's that if you're a Spider-Man fan of any degree, you probably already have Sandman, and this is something we're going to run into as we go up the skyscraper and check out the other characters. There's a lot of easily and readily available characters. It's a pretty nice little build, and there are many headlines contained within this set. The top comes off pretty easy in the business, and then, you know, some New York souvenirs and memorabilia stuff, and I won't lie, I've purchased my fair share of that. Wilson Fisk on the inside there, the Kingpin, who is not in this set, but not forgotten, and we'll see that in a couple other places here too. We have a sliding glass door to get inside the Bugle here, so you just scooch, and there you go, right to the main lobby, which will lead you back to elevator. The first floor is the only one that doesn't have a detachable front, so you can just take it off and look right inside there. So we're going to come back to that in a minute. Peek at the sides and the back here, as long as we're on the first floor. Dumpsters, very nice. Yeah, that's about what you'd expect to find. And of course we got some boxes over here on the side, and this is set up, as you can see, to hide the two pinholes if you want to use this as a modular. If you believe in connecting buildings by pinholes, which I do not. The back entrance is excellent. Venom, of course, because Spider-Man set without Venom. Panning up the back here. Got an air conditioner with a little dove, or, I mean, this is New York, so it's probably a pigeon, or intended to be a pigeon, but it's more dovish. This back balcony there with some exclusive figures that we're going to be taking a look at a little bit later. And as you can see, Carnage over there on the fire escape, which runs all the way to the top. We have back here an old billboard for J. Jonah Jameson. That's a single sticker, but it's made to look like panels. You can see the buggy climbing up the side there. Over around this side, a little rat, more boxes. A little power junction box there, and then first play feature on the first floor, we have a removable wall. Yeah, so that gives you a little bit of a peek in there. And then let's see if I can zoom in. You see I got Aunt May sitting at the reception desk, but we'll get to that in a minute. Quick pan up at the side profile. All the way up top there. So yeah, I mean the silhouette of the building is nice. It really is. Yeah, so I got a little fight scene going here. We've got Miles Morales. And I mean, this is a figure that's already out there. It's nothing new. We've got Gabi. Again, the figure that's available. Not anything special here. Doc Ock. The outfit is out there, but honestly, the way they did these are pretty nice. Those are those action figure stands that kind of have a bend to them. It's just a stud and a bar, really. Those connected with hollow studs, and yeah, it makes it pretty articulate. And they hold their pose pretty well, and can hold quite a bit of weight. I've tried it out before flipping the cab, and it'll flip the cab. So we have the buggy here. It's okay. So take a look at Carnage here real quick. Carnage available. Got him. Got a couple of them. So you see this nice little wraparound digital display. It's something you'd see, like, say, in Times Square in New York, where we have, like, you got news items that are displayed right out there to the people on the streets, multiple screens, scrolling ads here on the side, being like for Osborne. I would have liked to have seen multiple additions to that you could switch out, and do a thing. But I mean, that's asking a lot, so I won't ask that. But the Daily Bugle center part here is pretty freaking sweet. I like that so much. That entryway. All right, so I'm gonna take this out because you can take out the fronts just like this. It's so convenient. None of my skyscrapers are that convenient yet. I'm working on it. But yeah, you can take out each front here and have the skyscraper stay intact or remain standing, which is such a great feature, honestly. That's semi-revolutionary. And then I did just switch out the build on the window. All this is left over. There are all the pieces you need to reconstruct that window. Go aerial here and take a look inside. So you got a front desk there, security desk. I got Aunt May with some cookies sitting down there, and then a couple people here waiting in the lobby. The latest edition of the Daily Bugle there on the stand on the inside. Little vending machine there in the back, and you also see the fire exit there. Then a main big screen on the inside for the broadcast Daily Bugle, and then you see in the back there that suggestion of an elevator. It's just elevator doors, really, and then some arrows and buttons. So that's great, because I mean, one thing you learn about elevators and skyscrapers, if you've done enough of them, is once you got your skyscraper set, you're not going to be getting in there and doing all the ups and downs with the elevators. I mean, it's a nice thought, but I mean, and there's the back, unadorned with anything else, and I really like this light over the back door there. See, Peter's got his outfit and whatnot hidden in there for when he switches over to Spider-Man. So there's some pretty cool touches to this set for sure. One thing I will be doing with this set, I will be getting 4 16x16 plates and raising this up a bit at the bottom, making it more solid, just because there's so much flex, because the footprint of the building is so small compared to the base plate, that if you were to set this up on my city structure the way I have it, it kind of, if it's not balanced quite right, or if weight shifts funky, that you got that bend there. So I just wanted to make it more solid at the base. Oh, there we go. There's Rhino. Yay! Classic Electro. I'll look at the bullpen here. Lovely little accoutrements. Nice little water cooler. Again, the excellently faked elevator. Computer stations. And then around the back here, let's see. Super, super exclusive, ultra desirable. Everybody wants them. This is why this set is here. Figures. We have the Punisher. Got Matt Murdock. We've got Blade. Black Cat. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool figures. Yeah, Daredevil was most of the reason why I wanted to get this set. It was worth it for me to get these 4 individuals right here. I am very pleased with this, and oh, that Daredevil is so freaking cool. So freaking cool. Anyway. Alright, and then we have this floor here, which, I mean, yeah. The non-Daily Bugle publication on the premises, The Conspirator. But yeah, this seems like an awful waste of space to tell a joke that's been told I don't know how many times. Plus, it begs a couple really big questions. Like, one, why would there be a portrait of Spider-Man in there? And B, why would Peter Parker, who is a freelance photographer for the Daily Bugle, have his own office, especially one that big? But this photocopier machine is pretty boss, gotta say. That's keen. There's a door out to the balcony section where I had the cool figures of the set sitting. Practically unusable fire escape, which runs up the entire side, but because it's there, it looks fantastic. I do like the little post-it notes on the little bulletin board there. And, you know, Spider-Ham just doing his thing. The 4th floor, pretty nice tile action there on the ground, which, I mean, like I say, the design of this building is fantastic. Like, it looks great. It's got lovely available space. However, when you have this many minifigures, and you can't get them all inside comfortably, that's an issue, especially when you're talking about a 4-story building here. But you can see J. Jonah's got some awards there on the back and some other stuff and various things. A little screen outside his office. Again, the elevator. Missed call from Eddie Brock, which, if you didn't know, that's Venom. But around the back here, this floor is pretty fun. You see there, you have that billboard attached. That is a single sticker, but it looks like 4 segmented bits of like pasted up paper. Bird here again, but this time with a nest. This is where the little buggy attached, that little dune buggy, spider dune buggy thingy. But I really love the way this dark red and black work as just a little partition there. Here we are on the roof of the Bugle. It does detach on its own. And I will make a note here, these individual things here are mostly held on by a single stud on the corners and like to slip around and flip around on you a little bit and shift. But the sign is fantastic. Look at that. That's great font. Lovely setup for it. Sturdy rooftop. You can see how the antenna here is anchored in with 4 2x2 45-degree slopes. And that water tower is pretty boss. Here's Spider-Man himself, you know, hanging out on the web. There was a little fracas going down on the front of the building earlier, and he cleared out before the window repair crew came in. Antenna bit, because, I mean, this is a news station / newspaper. It's a bit of a broadcasting tower there. And goes a little bit high. We have Firestar floating and bobbling around there on the top. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's the Daily Bugle, stood up against some of my other buildings here. I put it in a section of town where it wouldn't be dwarfed by the other ones, and it would, and the sign would stand out a little bit. Alright, so I've pulled back a bit, and you can kind of get a little bit of an idea as to how the Bugle stacks up against the Opera House, and the rest of the contenders out there. So, yeah, it's taller than 2 of my buildings. Well, 3 of them if you count that little tan hotel over there by Galactus. For my buildings, not including the Ghostbusters Firehouse or Ninjago City tucked off to the side there. Alright, and there is a side-by-side comparison with the Ninjago City Gardens and the diner, just so you can get a up-close idea of, the difference between the two. And of course, the Ninjago City Gardens sits on a corner, so it wraps around the front there. Pretty intricate build, and it comes with a comparable number of figures. But the available space to display figures inside is immense compared to the Daily Bugle. Come to think of it, I think there might even be more spaces to hold figures in the diner than there are in the Bugle. But Ninjago City Gardens, as you can probably see there are a lot of extra figures hanging out. All the figures that came with the set, I tucked into the little areas, the interiors. And then on all that open space outside, I put all the other Ninjago figures that I had, and it took them all. There's probably, I lost count, 35 to 50 other Ninjago characters and figures sitting out around the gardens. Because it's that cool of a set, and it accepts them pretty comfortably. I mean, it's not really crowded. Everybody's, getting their place to shine. Whereas the Daily Bugle, once you get a big battle thing going on there where you got people hanging off the fire escape and off the flagpoles and through the broken window, and then Firestar going around the top there, and the stuff in the front, and then Sandman, I mean, it gets really busy really quick. Robbie Robert, yeah. Isn't that the dude from the band? I have a lot of symbiotes right now, and I mean, we're reaching a breaking point. Something's going to have to happen. We're going to have to call in the Fantastic Four if this gets much worse.